Hello, welcome to Alpha Strike We Play. So this is another video that we're doing as part of the Weapons Ready Missiles.
Yes.
We've covered a lot already, but there's still more to come.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Well, we're getting into some of the less well-known stuff now. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the crappest.
The crappest. Well,
there we go.
That seems to be associated with the periphery, which is where we're heading in this little video.
We are.
Yeah.
For stuff.
So get us going. Alright, so the periphery was, resources are always quite scarce out there on the boondocks.
Yeah.
Things like that. They haven't got all the access to all the fancy stuff with the Innisphere, like the big houses and all that sort of stuff.
But, people being people, they still wanted to make things go boom.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
So
we're having a look at the rocket launcher here.
Yes.
These are interesting, actually.
I binged, just in case you didn't spot that, Bella. Bing. Dear. So you can see there, the instant thing that I spot is that little OS under type. And I don't like that.
No.
I do not like it, Sam. I am. It's not cool.
It doesn't stand for O, but I suppose it could.
It's not O-poop.
If you think about it, yeah. It is one shot.
One shot.
Yes.
Which means there's no reloading, there's no having another crack, there's no missing 23 times and then actually managing to land one in the last turn of the game, which is my standard thing.
Yep.
This is a one-shot launcher. It's a thing that goes back to here, now. You've got one-shot rocket launchers all over the place at the moment. You've got helicopter-based systems, you've got tank-based systems, all that sort of thing. They don't get reloaded, they just get fired off. And this is the thing. It saves on space, it saves on tonnage, it saves on materials, it saves on all sorts of things. You don't have to put ammunition feeding mechanisms in there, you don't have to have a bin for the ammo. All of that stuff just gets pushed away, and that's why the periphery kind of moved into it and latched onto it. I just don't like them.
Well, okay. Well, before we write it off, before we start with it,
let's do this properly.
Let's have a look at why they actually have them. Okay. So, a lot of it is basically let's think about it, the fear factor.
Yeah.
Okay. So a one-shot weapon is going to take up less tonnage, less space, so you can fit more. So being a separate weapon, it can fire. So at the same turn. So if you've got one launcher with backup ammo, it's going to fire, you've got to wait your turn. With this one shot, it's its own weapon. It can all fire at once. You have the potential to unload a ridiculous amount of damage.
An absolutely ridiculous amount of damage.
Yeah.
And for reference, the rocket launchers, they come in three sizes, 10, 15, and 20. You can see them there. And the 20, let's go with the 20. It weighs a staggering, you're not going to believe this, it's huge. It's a staggering 1.5 tons.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how they managed to fit it in anything.
Hello, Commando.
Exactly.
Oh.
And it's only 3 spaces.
Yeah.
To fire off 20 points of damage. It's a standard missile launch thing. So it's 1 per missile. You roll a new cluster table on the 20 rack line, and then you divide that into 5-point groups.
Yeah.
Right. But it's 1.5 tons, and what did I say? 3 spaces?
3 spaces. So there's usually a lot of space for a lighter design.
Yeah.
Even with endo steel and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you can fit quite a lot of these on a light mech.
And if you look at something like an LRM-20, which is reloadable, you've got 10 tons and 5 spaces plus ammunition.
Yep. 6 shots per ton.
Yeah.
But it's like we were saying, it's you fire it once, then you got to wait the next turn. Fire it once, and then
you can fit 6 of these in the tonnage that you would use for 1 LRM-20 and ammo.
Yeah.
You could fit 6 of them. That's just rude. It's rude. And I'm not gonna be convinced that I want them, but I can see the appeal.
Yeah.
I can see the use. If you have like a heavy SRM, heavy hovercraft, that's the thing that I was thinking of.
Like a hovercraft.
Yeah, we have a heavy-ish hovercraft, not like super heavy or anything, but 20, 30 tons, whatever. Cram half a dozen of them on there and put a couple of lasers on it and give it a tag system. Drive up behind an Atlas and just go, and see what happens.
That's it.
And then just start pinging around and doing. I mean, that is a butt ton of damage for very little actual tonnage and space input. It's pretty good.
Now they do have rules for hidden positions.
Yes.
And things like that in the game. So if you have units loaded up with these, hidden in especially an urban environment and things like that, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If you time it well, if you get it right,
you can get a good solid blast of damage off without getting hit back.
All you really need to do is just cripple a little bit what you're shooting at. You're still okay. You can leg it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have backup weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, mechs can still, if you've got arms, you can still punch and kick or whatever. You can finish them off. But I tell you what, that is a lot of damage.
Well, I mean, if you just look at the tonnage of the LRM 20 versus the rocket launcher 20, you can get 6 of them in the space of one of those, and that's 120 points of damage potential.
Yeah.
Potential. So even if you are only rolling average on the 20 cluster, you're looking at about 12.
Yeah.
So that's what, 72? That's 72 points of damage split into 5-point groupings and spread across the entire arc of the mech. And if you can all come in on the same arc.
Yep.
Good Lord.
Yep. It's monstrous. It's a lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage for, like I say, not much investment in space and tonnage. And with some nice little backup weapons, a decent amount of speed, even a light mech or a light vehicle can do some serious damage.
Yeah.
But then you have to be able to run.
Yeah, that's true. But you would want to consider having a decent gunnery on your pilot there, simply because you want to make it count. But it does have an inherent penalty of +1 to hit because they've taken a lot of the guidance bits out.
There's no guidance systems.
No.
It's a flat, straight launch rocket. It's you point it at the enemy and it goes.
Yeah, and that's it. And hope that it hits.
That's it. Right. So you get penalties and things, and they only go out to 12 for the 20 rack.
Yeah.
And it's 18 for the 10 rack.
Yeah.
18, 15, 12. So, I mean, they're not huge range or anything like that. And like you say, the 2-hit modifier, not good.
No. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And what it's supposed to do, it can do very well.
Very, very
but
well.
It's one of those things where you pick your timing, and you should do really well with them. And they have been quite popular. They've been quite successful. They've been mounted on a lot of designs in the lore.
Yep. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
And that's one of the cool things is the lore is there, and then they build the mech. So the mech is or vehicle or whatever is built based on the lore first, and then they give it the stuff, and it's like, that's what you get. It doesn't necessarily make sense if you're trying to min-max your game or, build the perfect tank or something. But lore-wise, they make perfect sense.
Yeah.
And they are a terrifying weapon. If you have the hidden units rules and you're using the hidden units rules properly, they will kill you.
Yeah.
They will absolutely murder you.
Yeah. Pick your right target. If you get those hits, oh my gosh, that's it. Yeah. Rear armor, it will chew through it in no time. It's really good.
Yeah.
So, fear it for what it is. Fear it nonetheless, I think.
I mean, throw them in there and give them a crack. That one-shot thing hurts me.
All right.
Hurts me. But I would probably put an LRM 20 and some ammo and then a couple of rocket launcher 20s and just go, I'm going to fire all 3 at once and then I'll just do my one. Ping, 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 ping.
If your opponent knows you've got them, it's the threat of it,
Yeah. If you're playing with hidden units, he knows you use rocket launchers and you've got something hidden, they'll be pooing their pants the whole time. They're just going, when is it going to jump out at me? They'll be walking really slow forward and pinging everything and just go.
Look, we've played enough games where we've had a unit that we know it doesn't matter what we do, it's going to be able to get into the rear arc.
Yep.
So if you've got something loaded with these, Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and these are light and small enough that you could fit them on things like VTOLs and, like I say, light hovercrafts and things like that. Something that is really fast.
Yeah.
And you just, no.
I always think, I mean, the Locust out of the box set is super fast. You could fit it on those, but I don't know, the Commando, which is a bit slower, has a bit more tonnage to sort of spare for something like this. That could be quite interesting.
You could up its armor.
You could?
Yeah, chuck a few of these in, up its armor, and give it a laser or something as a backup. And it would be very seriously threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. Missile launchers. I think the Periphery are onto something there. You can make fun of them, but I'll tell you what, yeah, in the right circumstance, they're
deadly.
Awesome.
They're deadly.
I love them.
All good.
All right, so that's it for now. So keep an eye out for our next video. If you don't want to miss out on them, consider subscribing and tick that little notification. But that's it. We're good. We've covered it.
All good.
All right.